Hi and welcome to this video which will show you how to do task 3, address labels. In order to do task 3 you must have completed the party invitation program which produced some party invitations in a loop. What we're going to do is we are going to take our code from the party invitation. So we're going to copy this code. We're going to close our code dialog box and we're going to open up the address labels. We're going to make sure we're in edit mode here so we can click on the create address label and get into the code window for that. And we're going to delete this text here and we are going to paste in our code from the previous task. So we now have the party invitation within the create address label. Now this is a very similar program. All we will need to do is rename our variables at the top. So if you recall, for this task, it is asking the user to enter a name, an address, a city, a postcode, and a telephone number. So we will need to create variables to store each of those items of data. So the first variable that I'm going to create is called contact name, which is going to store the person's name. The second variable that I'm going to create is called contact address, which of course is going to store the person's address. The next variable is contact city, which is going to store the contact city, so the city the person lives in. The next variable is going to hold the contact postcode. And the last variable is going to hold the contact phone number, which I'll call contact phone. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables: name, address, city, postcode, and phone. We're then going to come down to our two procedures, and rather than get invitation details, we're going to now change that to get contact details. And rather than display invitation details, we're going to change that to display contact details. So we make just a couple of small changes here. We then need to come down to line 10 and we need to change get invitation details to, of course, get contact details. And we will go down to line 20, and when that procedure ends, rather than get invitation details, we're going to end get contact details. So that is the end of that procedure. The second procedure, obviously we're going to change this from display invitation details to display contact details. And when that procedure ends, we're going to change that from display invitation details to display contact details. Make sure that you include your underscores. Procedure names cannot contain any spaces. So that's the changes that we need to make there. The next part of this involves making changes to the procedure itself. So these two areas here. And we go about this by changing our questions, which we're going to be asking. So the first question is going to be, rather than please enter the name of the party, please enter the name of the contact. And we're going to put this into the variable name contact name. So what I've done there is I've selected this variable up here, I've went to edit, copy, and then I've selected this variable here in edit, paste. I've done that quite quickly because I used the command keys. So I highlighted this and I, on the keyboard, selected Command and C to copy that, and then I highlighted the variable and then selected Command and V. The command key is next to the space bar on each side. I then went to contact address, and I'm going to change that to contact address there, and I'm going to change this question to, rather than please enter the location of your party, for example Electric Circus Edinburgh, I'm going to change this to please enter the address of the contact. and then put it into contact address. The next question I'm going to ask is the city. So please enter the city of the contact. And rather than party time, I'm going to use contact city. So again, highlight it, Command and C to copy it, and then go down to party time and it's Command and V to paste it. You can alternatively use copy and paste from the edit menu at the top. Our next question that we're going to ask is the postcode. So please enter the postcode of the contact. Contact postcode. We're going to paste that. Sorry, copy it and paste it down there. So that is now us almost finished our first procedure. However, we do have an extra question to put in, right? And that's for the contact's phone number. So, ask, please enter the phone number of the contact. Hit return, and we want to put it into contact phone. So we have now completed our first procedure. The last procedure involves displaying the contact details. So to do this, we simply need to make changes to lines 27, 28, 29, 30, and so on and so forth. So the first thing that we need to do is on line 27, change that to contact name, and this will display the person's name. So we want to use the variable contact name. So we're going to copy that and we're going to paste that just after the ampersand, and it'll appear as contact name, and then it'll display the person's contact name. The next thing we need to change is, rather than the location as, contact address. And then we use the contact address variable. The next thing we need to change is the contact city. And this is on line 29. Rather than the time as, contact city. We then take out party time and we put in contact city. The next thing we need to change is the postcode. So rather than the date as, contact postcode. And we put in the contact postcode here. And after that, rather than don't be late, we need a similar line to above in order to display the contact phone number. So I'm going to just highlight this complete line, copy it using the Command C, and then paste it using Command V. And we want to change contact postcode to contact phone. And we change our variable here to contact phone. We now have our second procedure almost complete. However, we do need to change the size for our loop. Now, rather than working with tickets, party invitation tickets, we're working with labels, address labels. This whole program is going to produce 5 address labels. So we need to call this label, or address label. And then rather than 1 to 4, 1 to 5. And that now should display 5 address labels on the screen. Let's check and see if this works. So we close our code window once we've saved it. We go into run mode and we click on create address label. And I'm just going to key in some information here. Okay, so it's asked for all of that information, and as you can see, it has been displayed 5 times in this output field here. So we have successfully then created a program to display 5 address labels using the information from the previous program to help. And that is task 3, address labels.